Hello, my name is GregTech and welcome back to our GregTech New Horizons Season 2. Last episode, we kind of set up our oil, I guess the first part of it. I'm going to finish setting up the rest of it, I think, now that I kind of have a general idea of what I actually want to do. And I'm going to try to get a couple of the plastics is also set up today. I know I've done these before, but I really need to get my, the permanent solution. We've kind of set them up temporarily over there, but I do want to get this stuff all set up into its permanent location. Now, actually going to turn that. You know what? I'm going to even turn it that way so I don't see it. I like that better. Last episode we ended off with I couldn't figure out why I wasn't going into the things, and apparently, and I don't actually, it seems a bit funny, but it's not filter output, it's actually filter input, but it's like it's leaving the pipe, so that doesn't make sense to me why that would be filter input. I would have thought that would have been filter output into another pipe. But anyway, I switched them all to input. Now they are working fine. As we can see, eventually it's just going to start voiding, and that's fine. It doesn't really bother me all that much. As we can see, I'm actually full on heavy fuel because this was full already from when I had it over there. But yeah, so it's just voiding the heavy fuel. It's really not the end of the world because I am getting so much oil, and I was just going to have the oil void as well. And as soon as it started getting full, I was like, no, I can't do that. So what I actually did, as we can see, is I've crafted up 4 large chrome fluid cells. These do need palladium, but now that we have palladium from setting up that part of the platinum line, I don't have a ton of it, but it only requires 1 ingot each, so it's not the end of the world. But I've crafted up 4 of those, and they hold 2,000 buckets around there. So basically, I've kind of like stored extra, and when this just starts filling up to almost full, I'll probably just turn it off and let it work through all this. But yeah, so that is what we have done. I haven't really worried about the gas and the naphtha that's like in these pipes. It's just gonna sit there full, and then it pipes out into the side since this one's full now. I'm not gonna worry about it. But everything else seems to be working except we are actually going through, there's our hydrogen sulfide. We are going through a decent amount of hydrogen, as we can see, from the 4 reactors using the hydrogen. So I'm actually going to go upgrade my saltwater pump. That's what I'm going to do right now. And we're going to upgrade that to the tier 2, because that way it does 4x4 chunks. We'll just get we'll get much more salt water, and then I can get that going, because I'm pretty sure we ran out of fuel. That's why this is turned off, because we ran out of fuel up on Mars. So that is what I'm going to work on right now. I'm trying to decide if I want to, you know what? I was debating whether I should fly up there and pick up the drilling rig, but now I'm like, you know what? Let's just craft another one. It's relatively easy. And then I'll bring the other one back if we want to upgrade it to another one. I mean, technically, if I really wanted to, I could just upgrade all the way to the biggest one. Should they do that? I mean, is there any reason why do this one instead of just doing the biggest one? It's really not. It's not that expensive. I think there is 7 of the robust titanium. tungsten steel, so it's not even like that much. I mean, it's a decent amount of tungsten steel, but it's really not that bad. We already have 64 from, I don't know where these tiny piles, oh, this is from compressing when we build the rocket. So, I mean, I have a decent amount of tungsten steel. All right, so I think I'm going to go do that. And yeah, unfortunately, I only have one dragon egg, so I can't craft up another one of those magic energy absorbers at the moment. But this is it's just going to void the salt water, I think. But we get so much from one thing of it. All right, enough talking. Let me get to crafting here. Okay, we are back on Mars, and I am just going to switch this stuff out. The drill was actually quite easy to craft up, actually. I just threw the recipes in, and I had a couple things I had to adjust, but for the most part, it was easy. All right, so couldn't remember how many of the casings we needed. I brought 8. Hatch, drilling rig needs to go. So output hatch, maintenance hatch, input bus. I couldn't remember if I had an input bus. We're just going to leave that. I may add a little bit more, but since this is so much bigger, this is going to fill up really fast. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. I brought an extra thing just in case. I didn't want to have to like come back. Alright, and these should switch. We finish this, they should switch to the blue. Yep, there we go. Sweet. That in there. Fortunately, it is not super fast because I didn't switch out the energy hatch. But we'll see. Oh wait, incomplete structure. What did I do? Hold on. Did I do something? I must have done something wrong. It's not, what did I miss? Machine form casing, yeah. Robust machine casing, tungsten fuel frame boxes. Oh, EV energy hatch. Dang it! Dang it! I totally missed that. I was thinking, oh, we'll just switch this out. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to go back to Earth. That's a pain. But, oh well. It is what it is. Alright, so, if you do this, you gotta switch out the hatch. How am I gonna paint? Alright, that's a little bit... I'm just thinking, I'm like, how am I gonna power this? Because the EV energy hatch, obviously I don't have a combustion gen to do... Alright. Do I have to go move the dragon egg? The generator? I guess that's probably what we're gonna have. That would be the easiest, wouldn't it? I don't have another dragon egg at the moment. Alright, let me get back to Earth. And yeah, I guess we'll just have to bring the dragon egg up. I have so much oil right now, it's gonna take forever to get through it anyway. Yep, that's what I'll do. Alright, we are back. I've gone ahead, grabbed the thing from the overworld. Because I basically need this to produce the oxygen that we're using to process the oil. So I feel like, I mean, if I can't process the oil, there's no point to have it running, kind of thing. So I think we should be good. Also, I totally had to Google, because it's been a long time, how to pick up a dragon egg. It is shift left click with like a sword. It's not like a piston, it's not a right click. Totally forgot. Because the hardcore Ender expansion's installed. So that was kind of funny. Okay, running fine. There we go. We are good. Well, this is gonna go really fast, not just from the... Oh, I hope I don't have to move it. No, I don't think I would. It's going to do the entire vein. This tier 3 pump, we pumped out, you can see where I pumped out. That's the chloromethane. We've completely emptied that out, and we've completely emptied the saltwater. The tier 2 one would do 16, and the tier 3 one does the entire vein. So it's going to do all those chunks, and it is also going to be much quicker. So I have a feeling this is going to fill up pretty quick. Curious how fast. Where's the I have so many mining pipes all over the place. Yeah, look how fast they're going down. That's what I was looking for. That must have, when they pulled them out, probably did that. Yeah, look how fast it's going. That's awesome. I mean, I guess it doesn't super matter. I mean, we got saltwater here, we got saltwater here, saltwater here. But as we can see, they're not... Actually, I don't know how it, like, decides the coloring, but we can see that this is definitely the best. This one's terrible. Alright, well, it is... Let's do this really quick. Yeah, we're getting about 3,000 per tick. I should have, if I really wanted to do this right, I should have grabbed a controller, a fluid detector, and a... Maybe I will do that. Fly back again. Doesn't really matter. It's not that bad. But I should have done a fluid detector cover and like a machine turn off thing. So if this fills up, it'll turn off. Should be on the side, I mean. Yeah, I will do that. Yeah, alright. We'll meet back at the base and I'll decide if I want to fly back here and do that again. Okay, we are back, and I have pretty much finished this build, finally. This actually took quite a long time. Just planning out how I wanted it to be done. Is it over-engineered? 100% yes, of course. But I just, I did some stuff, and I did it because I thought it looked cool. This is 100% not needed. I could condense all 4 of these chemical reactors down to 1 if I wanted. Just to have multiple inputs for each of these. But you know what? I wanted to do something fun, and yeah, I used GregTech pipes that I didn't need to use, but I thought they looked kind of cool. We used filters and stuff. So there is much, much easier ways to do this, but this is kind of what I come up with. The only thing I don't have done is connect like a refinery gas and this naphtha to the AE system or anything like that, and it's because I don't really need it. I could send the refinery gas into like a turbine, get some power out of it, but I don't really need it. I don't think it's worth setting it up. So it's just going in there, it's going to get voided eventually. Same with naphtha. I could send that into a tank because this is actually producing naphtha as well, but it doesn't matter at this point. So it's just going to void. But yeah, the other ones, heavy light fuel getting fed into here to produce our diesel, and then it's being split obviously to go into the oil cracker, which is cracking the oil. We got steam back here, which is cracking it, and that is being sent into here, which is cracking the severely steam cracked heavy fuel, which is what I am doing it with that. So that is the setup. I have done a little bit of redstone actually, and these are pretty confusing, but once you start getting the hang of it, and I'm sure I will do this again sometime in the future, but basically I basically have a fluid detector. This one is a fluid detector, this cover. And I have it set to, if there is 2 buckets in this pipe, which would mean this is completely full. If this starts filling up, it's going to output a redstone signal. Or, I can't remember. Do I have it? I may have it the other way around. Yeah, I have inverted. It won't output a redstone signal if it starts getting full. It'll turn off the redstone signal, and it'll turn this off. And I'm doing that with wireless redstone. There is a redstone transmitter out, which basically means if it gets a redstone signal, it's going to transfer it to a receiver. You want the transmitter out. That basically means... I don't have any redstone on me. I do want to explain this because it is a bit confusing. If we do redstone... Well, yeah. So the transmitter out, basically, if you say you have a... This cover was like right here. You have your redstone going up. Whatever it gets this redstone signal, it'll transfer that to a receiver. If you have it with the redstone in, it'll transfer whatever this block it is on, that redstone signal it is giving out. But most blocks in GregTech, like controllers and tanks and stuff, they don't give out their own redstone signal. So doesn't really do a whole lot. But yeah, so you're going to want redstone transmitter out. So basically, that is getting a redstone signal, and it is transferring it over to this machine. And there is a redstone receiver in on it. So it's getting a redstone signal, and it is turning the old crack unit on. Basically, this acts as a machine controller. There. Now, if you had it a redstone receiver out, say the redstone receiver out right there, it would transmit the redstone signal onto this as opposed to into the controller, if that makes any sense. Like I said, we will probably go over it again. I just don't have any redstone things set up. I don't have any crafted or anything like that, and they require those EV emitter and the sensor, so they're a bit annoying to craft up. So when we get it, we'll show it off again. But yeah, basically, if this tank fills up, this block will say, oh, I'm getting fluid, turn off the oil cracker, and it turns off. Just so it's not voiding. There's no point in having it run and voiding heavy fuel when it doesn't need to. So yeah, that is working. And then I have also gone way overboard with our channels over here. Yeah, there is 12 P2P channels on this thing. Well, actually, this is an interface. This is just taking the carbon, turning it into a regular size carbon, a full dust, and putting it in a drawer, which I'll show in a second. But yeah, each of these is a own channel. And obviously, I needed to split it off because there's 11, so that's why I have done it like that. And each one of these is connected to a tank over here. And as we can see, if I look through here, you can see all the different fluids being piped into all these tanks. So each one of those has its own separate P2P tunnel, and it goes into our tanks, and that is filling up. I'm running quite low on hydrogen because it's not keeping up with the four crackers. But yeah, so this is my tank room, and as I started adding more, this is the fuel that we are crafting up. Eventually this will fill up, and then it'll turn off the thing from making fuel. This is our hydrogen sulfide, obviously. But as I started placing all these, I was like, I really, really like this. I don't know. I just think it is so cool. Visualizing, oh, look, that's butadiene. It's right here. We can see it. We can see it going in. I don't know. I just think it is so... I like it. Totally over-engineered. I like it, though. Underneath, I have even split up these into 3 different P2P tunnels, because I have kind of planned for each row to have 16 tanks. Eventually it'll just keep spreading that way. So I have it set up for 3 rows of 16 tanks each, and then each tank is two P2P channels. So yeah, this can handle what is that, 96 channels. So yeah, that is that. And then I have expanded my controller. I think the controller may be my next thing that I need to work on. These are the 2 new ones. Basically, these are connected to one of those. I think we're going to have to sort out, because the more I put this off, the harder it's going to be to move this and deal with all these channels. So I think this is probably going to be my next big thing I need to move. And we're going to put this in its own area. I don't know if it's going to be in this main building. Is that my carbon from... It is. That was from when I had just the single block machines, when I was doing some yeah. I think this is when I was originally getting polyethylene. Also, packing tape seals the drawer so it doesn't break. I don't know why I did it like that, but I'm going to move that over and convert that all down. But all right, so that is that. We're getting there. Now that all that stuff is finally sorted, I can really start working on all the plastic stuff as well. For example, molten polyethylene. Now I have a permanent place for our ethylene that's being produced. I can pipe it in easier and figure out what I want to do. Upgrade these to large chemical reactors, and same with our Teflon. And our epoxy, our polyvinyl chloride. There's so many of them. So I finally am ready for that. And then we'll start moving all these multi-blocks off. We don't need them here, but yeah, lots of things we need to do to transition. We're basically transitioning the base from temporary kind of setups into our permanent locations. Like our power gen is, and our oil thing is finally set up, but we got places for our resources being grown. I'm gonna have to do the platinum line at some point, all our fluids. So we are working on that. So it feels pretty good. I do feel like we're finally making progress. Still got to deal with all our ores and stuff. Haven't got around to that yet, though. Okay, we are back, and I've gone ahead and put our crafting card back in here for the aluminum, because now we are stocked up on carbon. We are running out of sphalerite, so I'm going to have to go get more of that. But at least we have a decent supply of carbon now. I don't have to go through like charcoal or anything like that. Yeah, we're up to 725 of that. Now, I think I'm just going to knock out a few more quests, and we're going to check out kind of what we're looking at with our SMDs here. There are a couple more multi-blocks that I do want, but I don't have enough time right now to work on them. Saltwater is looking full. I did notice that our oxygen hydrogen production is actually full. I didn't realize it was the oxygen. I was totally thinking this was producing hydrogen, but it is not. It's actually this one, and it It is full. And I could do... I don't know. I don't know how I want to do that. I think that's... Isn't that hydrogen? That's like the overflow if I get too much hydrogen or something like that. I really just should throw a trash can on that side as well. I just don't want it run. I don't need it running permanently, but I think for now it'll be fine. But yeah, I was thinking we were producing hydrogen, and we're actually not. Whoops. So I'm just gonna throw like that, and that will it should let this go back to doing that. All right, cool. So there's that. I think I am gonna get the industrial electrolyzer. That's gonna take me a few minutes to get that working. It does look like it requires a stellite. I don't remember if we've done stellite, have we? We actually have. All right, cool. So it's not going to be as bad. That's why I have automated every single one of those alloys so far. But yeah, so I am just going to knock out some more of these quests because I would like to finish most of this. This is all our platinum line, which we are going to have to work on. But like I said, if to get the assembly line, I think we are going to do the SMDs. What are we looking at with these? I know we need the molten, that stuff. I guess we could just start making recipes for them and just kind of see. These do require a 6 in each assembler, and they require a IV plus. I do need to... At this point, I don't have one that is completely full, so I guess we'll just do this. I'll throw it on there. I forgot to bring the the thing with. All right. So if I want to do that, let's see what we're looking. Do we have graphene? I don't remember if we automated graphene. I have some, and I don't... Oh, that's from our thing, right? All right, so that... See, as we can see, this is platinum, and so this needs to be 100% automated, and so does that, eventually. All right, platinum, that... Well, that one is relatively easy, except for it does need a 6, which is a bit of an awkward number. I'm sure we'll have our own dedicated... I'm sure we'll have our own dedicated one eventually. Alright, cool. That is working. Let me throw this soldering iron back in here. Alright, but yeah, I do feel like I'm finally starting to transition the base into our final build here, and I'm kind of figuring out exactly how I want everything to work. So it does take a little bit of time, but once you kind of get going with it, we'll be in decent shape. All right, so there is that. I have no idea if there is a quest for it. There is, and it is LUV. Interesting. Where is... I think this is the start. So it is quite far into SMDs. Interesting. But I think I'm going to use them for the assembly line. I think that's gonna help with that. They do require things like indium gallium for sure, so it is this is even 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Let's do them all while we're here. tungsten, SSG, vanadium, gallium foil. Ooh, I am short on patterns as usual. I think we're good now that I have carbon. Our carbon was a bit of an issue. And this one. Alright, SSSG we actually do not have. We haven't, I don't think we've crafted that at all. And there is actually a quest for it. Two. Yeah, I don't think I'm quite ready to switch out my circuit recipes for these parts yet. I just wanted to kind of start getting prepared for them. And I do know there is an SSG quest right there. Actually 24. Alright, so SSG S. SSS. HSSS. Let's do that. That. I think we are running out of room here. We only have 2 recipes left here. And then this. Osmium Iridium. That's right. I'd forgotten about that. Alright, so it definitely looks like we're going to need to be platinum line for sure, and plastics. All our different types of plastics. So I do have a bit, well, quite a bit more. I need to, solidify a lot more of these processes if I want to move forward. So I actually do have quite a bit more before we can start progressing again, which is fine. But I'm just preparing ourselves for, some of these more complicated recipes. But, all right, that is gonna be it for today. I am gonna knock out some of these quests. Now we have a decent amount of indium. Yeah, 39. Look at that. Got 43 indium. I need to do that quest. I don't even know where that quest is. Where is it? Indium. Tier 4. Right here, all by itself. Sulfuric acid. Well, I just need to go grab that. Yeah, some of these quests are a bit annoying, but they're locking other ones that I need. And plus they give some decent loot every once in a while. So, alright, that is going to be it for today. Like I said, I'm going to work on the base, see if I can knock out some more of these things, and then we'll see what we can get to the next episode. So thanks for watching, and have a good one.